somebody says, I feel so abundant and joyous when I talk to people and make friends, but I feel sad when they are rude. So what is my abundance? There is obviously not, because if your abundance is dependent on other people, well, thank that other person for giving you that opportunity to recognize that in that pot of yours, you're holding a lot of sadness. And now that you've recognized it, this is the minute where you can start to release that sadness. That person has simply pointed you towards what work needs to be done. And the work is always within. If you are basing your happiness on how somebody else is treating you, then the one person that you are not treating rightly is your own self. Because it's nobody else's job to treat you well. It's your own job to treat you well. And what do I mean by treating yourself well? It doesn't mean that you have to go for massages and go to the beauty parlors and, the women say, oh, I pampered myself. That's wonderful. But while you were pampering yourself, what is the energy that you went with? I've heard it from many people. Oh, I pamper myself all the time. I don't care what anybody else says. Now, already, I don't care what anybody else says. That is coming from hurt. Well, nobody has judged you except yourself. And there's such a cute compliment from Radhika to all. And she says, I love you all abundantly. Well, thanks, Rads. Okay, so there's this one question over here. How to find the balance between trying to achieve life goals and accept the current status or letting go. So there's a balance between letting go and how much you want to let go, and how to be, most goals are or lead to desires, and desires galvanize us into action. If we let go or accept our current status and cease action, then there is no way we will get to our goals. What makes you think that there is no way that you will get to your goals? Just the fact that you will release your attachment to that goal. Now you are going to be happy no matter what happens. So let's take a scenario where you're running after a goal. And let's say your goal is to look after your family in an abundant way. That, nobody is short of anything and you're always able to provide for them. Let's say that's your goal that you're working towards. And as you do that, you're working towards a goal of providing for your family. And you say, if I don't have that goal in my hand, how am I going to work more? How am I going to galvanize myself into action? And what is it? My goals will not be there for me, then my family is going to suffer. Or whatever it is, there's going to be a consequence attached to it. What makes you think that just because you will let go of your attachment to the goal, that the goal will not be fulfilled? Or on the contrary, actually, you will find that you will be able to go into the goal process with a lot more freedom and not feeling the burden on your shoulders of what you need to do. So today, as you're running towards your goal, you want to achieve a goal, you've got some fears associated with it. So go underneath your goal and see where it's coming from. It's coming from responsibility for 5 people. Can you actually take responsibility for anybody at all? How can we see what somebody else's energy field looks like? So let us say you want to do something and that's your goal. I'm not telling you to let go of your goal. I'm actually telling you let go of your attachment to the goal. And then you will find that the goal is achieved a lot more easier. And even though sometimes when the goal is not achieved, there is a lot of peace in your heart. Because as that goal lets go, as you let go of that goal, something is going to come up. Because remember what? The universe is playing in your favor. It will bring you something better, not something worse. When you go with that understanding, that is where abundance is, that the universe is playing in my favor.